Big Juicy. We're getting the Jussie Smollett thing. So
I seen a tweet about Jussie Smollett that said, "I wonder if he knows that that everybody should be careful. Juicie's attacker is free."
I've seen that one. The same thing. All right, so quick rundown. Let's watch this funny clip on. So Jussie was finally sentenced to 150 days, which came out to, I think, like roughly around 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a little bit of an outburst after the judge finished sentencing him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to get the full 3 minutes of the whole thing instead of just him reacting, so we get a little context.
Mm-hmm.
So let's watch this clip and then let's read the article.
The damage you've done to yourself is way beyond anything else that can happen to you.
Facts.
From me or any other judge that would be sentencing you in this criminal case.
Facts.
You are now a permanently convicted felon. Your family, who loves you and supports you, I only want to use the word forgive because forgiveness isn't even necessary. They're with you so much. They're so tight-knit, but you have to live with the fact that you really put them through a ringer. You've embarrassed your valuable friends in high places, the elected public officials, people in the media. You've embarrassed them. You have to live with
He's
that.
going in. I forgot everything he's been through. I watched this.
This is bad, dude. I almost recorded it
in your
myself.
own workplace. Your career future is uncertain at very best. It was really on a rocket ship to success, and now you've turned yourself into riches to rags. And it's so unfortunate. Your very name has become...
Real quick, pause. Kind of off topic a little bit, but does this seem kind of unnecessary? Like, I do think Jussie's guilty, but I guess try to defend him a little bit. Like, damn, this judge is taking opportunity to go in a little bit.
Yes, he should.
Okay.
Nigga. Also, they do this all the time.
Okay.
This is part of
The court system and everything like that, the whole theater of court.
fuck all that. This is part of somebody saying, "I'm letting you off with something lesser than what you're supposed to get." So the trade-off is you listening to me
lecture you.
Boom. Just like your parents
Okay.
would. I'm not going to whoop you, but listen to this long-ass
This is
speech.
why I don't.
for lying. And I cannot imagine what could be worse than that. I'm trying to consider who you are as a person, how you got here, how somehow you strayed away from your family values. You let that dark, narcissistic, selfish, and arrogant side come out.
Sheesh.
And you persisted with it for years on this
I
case.
forgot you
Jesus.
said all
Now I'm
this.
fashioning the following sentence, and here's your sentence.
Jesus.
I'm sentencing you to 30 months felony probation, and the probation is going to be to this court.
Oh, 30 months.
You're going
Probation.
to be allowed to
Probation.
travel wherever
Gotcha,
you want.
okay.
You do not have to live in the state of Illinois. You can report by phone. I know that if you're going to try to make a living and do some of the things you do, you may have to go to other places, New York and Los Angeles. You can do those things. You will pay
consider it.
restitution to the city of Chicago in the amount of $120,106. You are fined $25,000, which is the maximum fine. And you will spend the first 150 days of your sentence in the Cook County Jail. And that will start today, right here, right now.
No, I would just like to say to Your Honor that I am not suicidal. That's what I would like to say.
Okay?
I am not suicidal.
Okay?
I am not suicidal.
Let's see
I
here.
am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black
Can you
Americans
pause
in
it?
this country.
Can you rewind it one press?
We're trying to the lawyer trying to nudge him.
Look at this lawyer.
If I did this, then it means
Oh, one more time,
Yeah, two more times. Yeah, look at him. Look at
Now, but look at her hand originally.
if I did suicide.
No, hey, nigga, hey.
If I did this, then it means that I stuck
Let me
my
stand
fist
up. Oh, he's gonna stand with me. Really, he gonna stand with me?
in the fears of
that woman's face.
Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this, and I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself, and you must all know that.
Mm-hmm.
I respect you, Your Honor. I respect your decision. Jail time,
Jail time makes sense.
I am not suicidal.
You deserve jail time.
Mr. Uche, let me inquire, are there any post-sentencing motions you care to present?
Wait, hold on.
There's more. Hold on.
Did he expect to get killed? Like,
Did he say Mr. Uche? As the prosecutor's name was probably Uche?
Maybe. No, yeah, prosecutor.
His prosecutor was Nigerian. Yes! Full circle! Oh my
Yeah,
God.
rewind that like 10 seconds and then play it again. so we can hear that.
I am not suicidal.
Okay. Mr. Uche, let me inquire, are there any post-sentencing motions you care to present?
Oh, Uche wanted him to get the book.
I am not suicidal.
Oh,
I am not suicidal. And I am
Dude, this guy's
I could have
the
said that I was
cringiest human being on earth.
Okay, I think that's finally it. Okay. So yeah, I guess reactions from that little outburst. What do y'all think?
Y'all talk.
Go for it, Doc.
I think he's cringy, man. Like, he's just always in showmanship form, and I guess that's like okay, but it's like he seems crazy to me.
Is crazy the word? I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I think there's
He's always a rocker.
Yeah, that's
Delusional.
That's exactly it. Like, yeah, that's honestly the way I think of it, because it's just like, honestly, I think he got off
light.
giving like the scolding he got, and I guess the judge tried to, you know, weight his sentencing with the scolding and, like, you know, the defamation of character and stuff like that, and I don't know. Honestly, I just think he got off too light, man. To tell you the truth, like, the thing he did, like, within the most recent year has been one of the most pivotal things that's been on everybody's mind. You know what I mean? Like, there's been so many issues of race within the past 2 years and stuff like that a lot of people are pushing towards progress, and this guy's weaponizing it. I mean, he didn't do it before all that stuff, but, like, he's like the complete
Trying to profit over, basically.
Yeah, he's completely profiting off of it, and it completely sells out like an entire. It's just like, dude, like, honestly, if there's going to be weight and seriousness to any kind of progress for, you know, integration and stuff like that within all the races, like, dude, like, you have to, I think, make an example of this situation, in my opinion. And so the judge, I didn't know, honestly, before that. I just saw the 3 months and I was like, that's too little. Like, that was just off of headlines. I was like, that's way too little for how serious of a crime, especially as prominent as it is.
Well, I guess that's a quote. We'll quick pause. I guess that's the question, because I genuinely don't know this. Well, maybe what we should look up is how serious is a hate crime, and then the next question is, if you fake a hate crime, should you receive the same amount of time or punishment that if someone who committed a hate crime should have gotten?
Google that.
Well,
What?
I don't
The second
think
Is
part.
it vague?
No, you
No,
just
no,
said,
that's-
should you?
But
That's our opinion.
But that's what I'm trying to say is look up the hate crime. Because right
Oh,
now,
I
all this
see.
is opinion right now. Because technically speaking, because I guess let's fast forward into it, because even Ethan said
I've been
he's
waiting for
not in
you
jail.
guys to make this point. I want to hear it.
Yeah, because eventually I guess we'll get to it. Might as well get to it now. Is he's not in jail anymore. They let him out, like, what, within a week?
It was a
He
day.
said he's not suicidal, but he refused to eat. Okay. He was put in, what was it, solitary confinement, so he wouldn't have to interact with some of the whatever you call them, the inmates. Like, he, for the few days he was in there, had it easy. And then now he's out.
Okay. Can I speak?
Go for it.
In my opinion, he should be treated like any woman who claims she was raped and was not raped. That's, to me, is the same exact thing. 2, this is exactly how the court systems work. I love watching you guys find out things that you should know. This is how it works. This is how it works. 1, when you're famous, they don't put you in PC. They don't put you in with everybody else. They keep you
What's
separate.
PC? Private care?
I think it's public something or whatever it is.
Public
I
confinement,
forget what it is,
okay.
but it's just with population, basically. They don't put you with the rest of the population if you're famous. So that isn't weird. 2, if you appeal something and you're allowed to appeal something, you're automatically granted a bond.
Because that was the argument. He's appealing it, and it would be...
That grants you
I
a
forgot
bond.
the specific verbiage, but basically wrong to have him complete the sentence if it turns out that he wins the
Innocent.
appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what it is,
Which I guess makes sense, but
what it
it's
is,
like,
it
but he's
resets-
not innocent, though.
if he doesn't like this, right, you appeal the case. If you don't like the answer, obviously, you can appeal it, I think,
Yeah.
once or twice, and then there's a elongated time period you have
Yeah.
to go through. Once he
Could take a
appeals
year
the
or something like
decision,
that. Yeah.
he's immediately back to innocent until proven guilty in the eyes of the law. So therefore, he gets a bond.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he does. But again, this is how rich people go to jail. Weinstein was walking in and out of the jail, driving his Range Rover, pulling back up. I'll be here for a couple hours. So, like, us being surprised by the court system or the jail system working like this, no. This is exactly how it works.
If he loses the appeal, does he go back and do the time though?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Possibly.
sure. I would assume. I genuinely don't know, but I would assume.
But because with an
'cause he's
appeal
already
comes a new.
sentenced.
Well, it depends
Oh,
on
what
how
were you
his
saying,
appeal.
Doc?
Well, it's just because he's already been sentenced. So I mean, like,
Well, that is the sentence. So I'm assuming if he loses the appeals, then he still sticks to the original sentence. I would assume. I don't think they can add on, can they?
They can. They can. I don't know about that, so I won't speak on it. But I know they can amend certain things, like.
Like reduce?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just don't know. Maybe they add a year of probation and they just say he doesn't have to serve any time, type thing. Honestly, everything he said is ridiculous. This guy should not represent any body.
I think it's
or
obvious he's
community.
using it as. I don't want to use the. I got to try to find a better word. Screw it. I think he's using it as a weapon. He's using it as leverage. Like
100%.
he mentioned the black community because I'm black. He mentioned the LGBT community because he's gay. Like he's using it as a protective
held a
bubble.
fist
And he exactly
walking
like
out the courtroom.
but I
It's
think
so
that's also the
obvious what he's
issue,
doing.
like, the current issue is that like we've never really had a mainstream that are weaponizing victimization. You know what I mean? And
it's
so I think there's no
It's
laws.
everywhere.
that
perfect
say, like,
example of it.
like there's no law. There are laws against hate crimes, but there's no law against a self-hate crime. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's a sentencing for self-hate crimes yet. So I think this is something that like even the courts like. I think the most we can give them is like 3 months or something like that. And I'm
That's true, 'cause-
speculating here, but I'm just saying like, you know, like a murder has clearly from like.
Because this was a victimless crime. That's the things the argument's trying to make, or the people are making. That's another question I wanted to ask you guys is, do you think because of the sentencing, and do you agree with the low sentencing? Obviously, you guys don't, but because it was a victimless crime, like I think that's why it was so low, is because of victimless crime. That's what people are like. It makes sense why it's so low because it was a victimless crime. I personally don't really think it was a victimless crime, and I might do a poor job arguing that. But the victim was the entire country. Like Doc tried to elaborate earlier, which was the whole, like we were going through 2 years of this whole race relations issue right now. George
gonna lie to
Floyd
you.
and what was
But
his
I
name
ain't gonna
happened
lie
in
to you,
Atlanta
too.
recently too. And then now he does this, try to profiteer off of it, take advantage of everything going on just to advance his career. Like it's clearly it's literally by
I feel like
definition
y'all-
victimless. But
I agree.
the consequences could have been so I don't know. It's just
I agree,
I think
but
that's why
like
the judge is like hoping that like we all get the message. You know what I mean? Like
Well-
the moral standing that like he's kind of preaching.
his,
Go on, John.
his acting career is over. As far as him
Is
being
it?
part of mainstream Hollywood, that's done.
maybe that's my nihilism is for some reason something in me I genuinely
Who's
I
gonna,
have my doubts that it's
who's gonna-
completely over.
I mean, he might be in a Tyler Perry movie, but it'd have to be something
But-
with connections to somebody he knows,
That's a pretty
like
big
a
movie.
personal,
like not big movie, but it's still a relatively popular, I guess,
or
franchise to be a
straight to
part of.
Netflix on one of the Medea movies. It's not a
Is that bad?
from being Empire's one of the top shows on television to acting in a Medea family reunion remake. Is
Then
not,
I mean,
is blackballed. He's blackballed. He's not going to ever work or reach a level he was.
So he has a ceiling now forever.
100%, and it's based off of the grace of anybody with power that would grant him. It's not based off of work. Nothing. There's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do. So first off, his career was the real victim.
I agree with what you said. The race relations issue is a media issue, not a real world issue. I do agree with that. The problem, though, with this is that this situation with Jussie gave them fuel to flame that even brighter. And then
I agree
I
with
think,
that.
fortunately, though, because of this, it butchered that flame. Like, it's not even I think, and it could be misplaced optimism and hope, but I think that's just not a thing. Everyone, I think, is starting to recognize that our issues aren't
I'll
as.
bet money on it, Ethan. Podcast is sponsored by Angel Blinds, a local Atlanta, Georgia area small business. Their blinds help you get a new look for your living room, your bedroom, your dining room, and they even have customizable blinds for your kids. You can put their favorite superhero or princesses on there. If you use our promo code FDT, our audience gets 10% off their first purchase. You're welcome. You can find them on their Facebook page at Angel Blinds or hit them up on Instagram at angels_blinds. Get at them. Bing bong. On it, Ethan, you'll never see him in a major movie again. Major show again.
Honestly, I agree. I think that
I'll
too.
bet money.
I
I'll
think
take
that.
any bet. I'll put any money. in my
20
money.
bucks.
Okay, I'll put 100 on it.
All right. You're going 100 on it.
I'm so serious.
You know what? Fuck it.
'Cause
I'll put 100 on it.
think-
Let's go. Right here. You seen it right now.
All right.
100.
Remember how many things I've been right about that you're predicting so far? Snake eating
We've
himself.
all been right about
Snake
things.
eating
So we'll see how
himself.
this goes.
Snake
100
eating
bucks.
himself. I'm
What's the
telling
time
you.
frame?
It's like
I'll put it like this. The rest of his life. That's how confident I am about this. The rest. First off, any real black person, I don't want to say real black person. Everybody saw the Dave Chappelle special, right?
He's
He was not
accepted
the
as a black
only person
He's a
who-
Frenchman or whatever. The joke.
No,
Dave
not
Chappelle
even
said.
that. He pulled up to the cops with the noose still around his
I
neck.
saw the video, and the noose didn't even look like a noose. Like that. I don't like. Not to be dark here, but that rope that was around his neck, I really have my doubts that could have held up a body.
I personally, I don't want to speak for all black people. I don't think I'm a better representation of black people than anybody else. But I personally didn't interact with a single person who didn't tell the story and was like, this one's a little off. This one's a little off. Because there was no, if anything, the only people that reacted was Black Hollywood or all the people that wanted to pretend to be pro this and pro that.
Who tried to profit off it.
Yeah,
It's not really
but-
profit, but tried to take advantage of the moment to advance their something.
Like, yeah, everything that everybody that supported him was either a superficial company or a superficial base. There wasn't real people
I
on
mean,
the
in the
ground.
political sphere, the joke is even Kamala Harris came out about this, and now it's coming to bite her in the ass a little bit.
Oh, boom, another fake Negro. But no, I bet any money his career's over. Well, what is he gonna act in? Unless it's a documentary about himself. What is he gonna act in?
I guess the argument here, not the argument, but I guess the clarification is the ceiling. What is the ceiling?
Who is he? Does he act better than?
I've never seen. I really don't know if he's a good
Nobody,
actor or not.
'cause
I
he's an
genuinely
actor.
don't know.
It's hella actors. You know, this
I
was
mean,
his first major role. when
I
he
mean,
was
based
in
off this,
Empire.
he's a terrible actor because he didn't get away with it.
That's the character he plays on Empire. He literally,
really?
dude, is literally the same dude. I stand for justice, and I'm not gonna let you punk me, and I'm black and I'm proud.
So let me try to, I guess it's defend Jussie. So what if, and this is
All
me
right,
going
Ethan.
down the conspiracy route now. So he has ties with, I'm say this loosely, but what, like Michelle Obama,
Who?
Kamala Harris, and some other people. Apparently, apparently, I don't know how true this
No,
is.
I'm asking who? Juicy?
Yeah,
What ties?
like
He
I
met
guess,
them before?
yeah, he's got their number or something like. I forgot. I forgot what. I genuinely didn't
think
care, so I
Michelle
don't
gonna pick
remember.
up?
I didn't take a. I don't. Apparently, she actually made a call. Like she made a call because this when it first happened. I don't know if that's true. Like I said, I didn't dive too deep in this because I honestly just don't care. I think he's guilty, and I think he definitely should have got worse. So but I'm trying to have fun in this conversation. So to go down the conspiratorial route, what if he actually has some level of connections, and they tried to, again, conspiracy, get him to do this ploy? That's why I said the doubt. Like this wasn't my baby, my thought baby. This was someone else's thought baby, and I did it to help them out. And by me helping them out, it would also help me out, obviously, because of this. Made me look
Instead
bad.
of the two Nigerian people that he actually blamed for it being their thought baby?
Yeah.
No.
That's why he's trying to say, like, I'm not suicidal, blah, blah, blah. Because that's something you say if you got, like,
No, I'm saying that
political, I guess, connections because of behind the scenes
the same
stuff.
still applies if it was the Nigerian guy's ideas. The sentences that he said still applies if it's not his thought baby.
I guess I'm focused too much on the whole suicidal thing. Like,
Yeah.
where's that coming from? Like, that was so...
He's delusional.
He's
dude.
really delusional.
That's like his it's
Like-
just his ego kind of playing up. Like he's acting like the dude who's trying to fucking overthrow Putin like 2 years ago. That guy that just disappeared. You know what I mean?
He said the jail time?
So like he's just like, oh, I gotta like fucking make a show and like whatever happens, you know, because I'm getting so much attention from the situation. He's
Did he say something about
extremely
400 years?
narcissistic and probably like a sociopath. It's just I don't think that he'll be able to pull on those cords for those politicians or people anymore, because a lot of those people came to his side because at the time, I mean, even currently, it's the hot topic. But I am hoping that at least now a lot of those people have learned the lesson that like some people can take advantage of that goodwill. You know what I mean? And so
Facts.
they need to kind of assess the situations and wait for some kind of investigations before they just kind of immediately light pitchforks and they have influence. And so with him, like, it's just cringy, man. I didn't know he actually came out after a week, and that's
That's
a
how it
little
works.
intense, man. I really do hope John's right. Like, I'm gonna be so pissed if he's like in Black Panther 2, and I'm just like, what the fuck? There's no point in doing any of this shit.
Dude, who is gonna put him in it? That's what I'm. Okay, y'all think that. The fact
That's
that y'all
one-
think that is interesting to me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, the reason. Let me explain
Well, no,
why.
I'm saying like that's why like I would hate if that was to happen.
Yeah,
like,
he
I
doesn't
don't
think that. He just hate if
no,
that
I'm
happened.
talking
I'm the
about
one
you
who
and
actually.
Ethan.
Yeah,
We
I'm
just
the
bet
one-
money on it.
Yeah.
You're safe, Doc. We ain't bet no money.
Yeah. Finish your thought, and then I'll explain why I think that.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I just really, really hope that there's not overly biased people within Hollywood that are willing
I think that.
to be like, oh, we're just gonna go with it, and like it's fine. It wasn't that bad. We're gonna keep putting him in shit.
What role?
So let me explain now. I'm not sure specific role. I don't even think it would be that big of a movie. It could be like a B-list movie maybe. I like maybe B-list is not the best way to describe it. Like you said, because you said Empire. Your example was Empire, which is one of the what we say
top grossing shows of all time.
Yeah. So let's top grossing show, mid gross show, and low tier show. I think the ceiling is somewhere between the middle to low end of the middle grossing shows or movies like that. And the reason why I think that is because Hollywood, the entertainment industry, is incredibly left leaning. To the degree of it left leaning, I don't know. And my I don't know if it's naive or my bias when it comes to me thinking of the Hollywood people. I admit this and open up about this. Is I think that they'll prioritize the fact that he's black, he's gay, have some sympathy for him because they're gonna think that he got taken advantage of by the patriarchy, the white man patriarchy. So we're gonna throw him a bone because you're a black man and went through the black man struggle of being America, and on top of it, you're also gay, going through the struggle of being gay in America. So we're gonna throw you a bone, and we're gonna give you this role, this whatever. And yeah, that's why I think that, because I think a bunch of people in Hollywood are
anybody that will be sold any program that he's part of wouldn't be considered part of mainstream. When I say that, to say any movie that is appealing to an age range or whatever, he wouldn't be put into it. He wouldn't be put into any main movie that's appealing to anybody. Because why? He doesn't appeal to mainstream America, period. One. Two,
I can agree to that.
The same people that he would have to appeal to don't believe they're not as gullible as the older generation. They can be when it comes to certain things. When it comes to social stuff, no. As soon as they found out the nigga lied, everybody was over it. So as far as painting against white elites, yeah, he can try and paint it that way, but to whom? There's no audience to listen to him for that. And if there is an audience, it's very small. So if you consider, like, okay, maybe a media platform might pick it up, but CNN's not going to pick that bullshit up. Fox isn't going to pick that bullshit up. Like, they would have painted that story already if that was the story. They would have started doing the crumbs. It's people talking.
They're start putting the work in right now, trying to get everything set up.
And then two, you made Hollywood, like you made it one thing. He might be in an independent film where the director.
I mean, that's
no, that's not, because I can do that anywhere. I'm talking about established movies that get backed by production companies.
I was going to say that's more like him getting in there than what I'm trying to say. I agree him being in an independent movie is more likely because obviously, like, it's
100%. And he won't be in a major production ever again. He just won't. He just won't.
I mean,
even that
if
his
he does, that's
his
a good thing. I'm
co-stars,
okay with that happening. I'm just
his co-stars
not
on the show.
hopeful that people would not.
I think that like people are gonna buy what Jussie just did. You know what I mean?
I don't, because the way social media works now is toxic. And I think that's what people are actually forgetting. Social media is toxic.
Yeah,
they don't care who the victim is, as long as they can get some jokes off on social media. Shade Room made fun of him. Hollywood Unlocked made fun of him. Spiritual World made fun of him. Those are the three biggest black news platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and all of them. Those are the sites making fun of him. They're not going to come back and support the dude after getting all these jokes off, these memes and everything and such. No, it's over.
You might also be underestimating, and I'll meet you halfway. I don't think that like a big production company will move with him unless like something miracle happens. But I am thinking that like there'll probably be some extremists that like if he in the future, honestly, all I think he has to do is say that like he was under pressure from fucking systemic racism, and then he had to do this to get ahead, and eventually like once he starts pulling people's tears, then some extremist group.
How do y'all think the black card works? Because
No,
that's
the
not
black,
how it works.
I don't think that's the black. That's not the black card. That's the victim card.
Systemic
Yeah,
racism?
I guess.
That's a big
that's
titanium black
that's
American
part of the
Express
victim
card.
Hold on, let Doc finish his thought, and then we'll get
That's
into
part of the victim card, because like Gene says, like he can also pull like the LGBTQ plus like card. It's in the same fucking.
He
play.
literally did a massive
You know what I mean?
card pull in that situation. Go on, Doc. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's why I think like he can just pull the victim card, basically give the people what they want, saying the same talking points drove him to this, and he's learned, and then continue, and then I'm sure somebody will probably give him a chance.
Yeah.
So from then he can probably start kind of working onto it. I think the thing that would be limiting him from doing that, honestly, if I was him, that would be my angle. But like I think the thing that would limit him from doing that is he seems too narcissistic. So I don't know if he'll actually take that introspection to actually.
He'll
do it.
never admit
real
he's
quick.
wrong.
So I think
Yeah.
our disconnect here is he's likely to do that. I think you
Correct.
can agree to that. But your only thing is
It's not
the
gonna work.
effectiveness of it.
It's not
right?
gonna work.
Because that's where our
what
disconnect is.
role?
I think it might be
Other
effective.
than
You
a
think it's not gonna be
gay
effective at
damaged
all.
guy, what role are they gonna hire him to do that they cannot hire somebody else to do?
Honestly, I can't
with
say.
half
I
the
genuinely don't know.
problem.
I can't say.
He's
It's
not gonna
like
be.
I
He's
said,
gonna be a
it's just my
superhero.
nihilism,
He's not gonna be a Marvel. He's not gonna be. Where is he gonna be placed in what movie?
He could be in the new Star Trek because apparently Stacey Abrams was recently the president of Earth in Star Trek.
And
that
out of
made
everybody
that
on Earth,
made no sense.
and out of everybody on Earth, Stacey Abrams, yeah, that is wild. They'll go get Juicy when they could go get another person who probably has a cleaner record, does something more. There's more appealing people now for his position. His gay black position in Hollywood, there's more people appealing now. So I don't need him unless I want this story attached to him.
Okay,
But this story sucks.
That might be true because I generally, like when you said that, I literally couldn't come up with any other name that's black gay that could have more appeal. Because in my mind, I think this is like you say, Jussie Smollett. Everyone knows Jussie Smollett
'Cause of the case.
Whether it's good or bad, everyone knows about it. And instantly, if I'm trying to be some kind of business idea, I'm trying to garner like a bunch of attention. I'm just gonna use his name, whether it's good or bad. Like it'll get clicks.
Yeah, for
People
sure.
will click on it. And I guess my bias is I think someone likely to utilize the click that plan of generating clicks to get attention would more likely be the left-leaning liberal Hollywood elite.
Yeah,
That
but
might be a dramatic way of saying that.
But the
I'm-
same Hollywood you're talking about, they're also snakes, and they also cut limbs off
Very
as
very-
soon as it starts to rot.
Very fair.
So my thing is,
Very fair.
so this is the only.
But we don't know how this might change in the next few years. That's why I said in a couple
This
of
is
years,
where you
why I'm
guys
gonna
have a
take that
point.
back because like if he finds a way to twist this
No,
around to
you're
benefit
right.
him, he's gonna be in a film, a movie.
This
he's gonna
is
get
where
a movie.
this is where you guys have a point and may be right, and I'll owe you guys money. If he comes out and does not act until he gets offered,
Oh, he won't be able to do that.
but he won't be able to do that. So the first person who's gonna get the clicks off of him
Too narcissistic.
is gonna
man.
be an independent filmmaker. It's not gonna be a major production. Those clicks from putting Juicy in a movie, it's not big enough for a major production. People gonna go watch the movie because he's in it. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's just not enough. It doesn't generate enough buzz. It's not. Oh, once we find out he's innocent or guilty and this case is over, him coming back to acting is not. He's not a crazy actor. He's not Denzel. He's not Leonardo DiCaprio. He's some dude that acts like he can sing. Talented dude, but
Oh, he can sing too.
he can't stop acting. It's his fucking problem. He needs to be diagnosed for can't stop acting
stop
syndrome.
acting, straight up, he can't be real.
The only
it's because of a bigger issue.
like the only example I can put him up against
Yes.
is Robert Downey Jr. But Robert Downey Jr. did nothing anywhere near as egregious as this.
And that's my
Yeah, I
favorite
mean,
actor.
I mean, he did a lot of drugs, and he got caught with drugs and stuff like that, and then he checked
Keanu
out of
Reeves.
Hollywood for like
Keanu Reeves.
15 years or something like that, and then came back in and did Iron Man and restarted his career.
Yeah.
But he
I
didn't
mean,
do
doing
anything as
drugs
egregious
isn't
as
that bad
this, though.
compared-
This is
yeah,
wild.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's like the only
that's my
thing
point.
that disappears for like 15 years, but yeah, it's not anywhere near as bad as
Shit.
this.
All right, let's
Wesley
move on.
Snipes
We
was
talked-
just dodging taxes. His career ain't been the same since.
That's funny, actually. All right, let's move on. We've talked about this way longer than I was expecting. This is actually kind of a fun
It was a
conversation.
juicy topic.
Rabbit hole.
Juicy talk.
Good way to end
Yo,
it.
thanks for making it to the end. We really appreciate it and hope you all enjoyed the show.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and the notification bell to get notified when we post our clips.
Follow us on Twitter at PodcastFDT. Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok are all fake deep thinking. Check us out, please.
FDT. Peace, y'all.
Peace.